eBay blocked me. Don't know. Makes no sense to me. I'm still trying to figure it out. I was happily listing away, excited about my finds from week 2, getting those listed, and stopped dead in my track. They blocked me. I'm going to get into all that after I show you what I was able to source on this week 3 of my little experiment, journal, however you want to call it. Hi, I'm Brian. This is Red Clay Flips. If you haven't seen the first video, go check that out. It'll give you a better understanding of what I'm trying to do here. And after I show you what I was able to find during week 3 of sourcing and picking, I'll go over what happened to me, why I was blocked, and where I go from there. All right, day 1, week 3. Here I'm at the Goodwill Macon. I find this shower knob thing, trim, I guess it's called. It's a replacement for a Delta. It's new in package, and I think it goes for 30, 35 bucks, something like that, maybe even 40. Next, I come across this. This is an old, normally I would never even look at that, but it was $3. When I flipped it around, see that West Germany? That caught my eye, and I said, well, for $3, I know West Germany hadn't been around for like 30 years or something, or more than that, probably 40, 50. Next, I'm looking around. I see these 2 pots. I know they're aluminum. They look old. $3 for that one. $3, I think, for the other one, too. But they're heavy. And that one's got the hammered look on it. I don't know. I was just kind of going with a gut. Thought that maybe those might be worth something. I can't really make out the mark there. But I can see that the last is like the of aluminum. So I don't know. I grabbed those, hoping they might be worth something. Now I'm at a different thrift store here in Macon. I'm going along just trying to see if there's any old sheets or anything new that might be worth something. And I see this at this thrift store. It was yellow was half off, and those skeletons kind of caught my eye. It was new. I like anything new and sealed because I figure can't go wrong with that. And for $1, they're throw covers for throw pillow covers, and there's 2 of them in there. And next, I'm going along here and looking at appliances and just seeing what they got out there. And just looking for yellow tags, really, but I didn't see anything. And then I see this guy, and I just like the pattern. Looks cool. I didn't really know age, but it looked old, and it was heavy. Needs to be washed, obviously. Pretty dirty, but it was cool. So I grabbed that. Then I was over in the toy area and just perusing, looking for, board games or anything that might be worth flipping. And I'm down here looking, and I see this new in package, the Uzzle. I've never played that game before. I don't know anything about it. But I saw it was new. I saw it was $5. And I did some quick comps on it, and it goes $30 to $40. Next, I'm looking over in the shoe section. I was kind of checking out hats. I like to find cool hats if I've come across them. I saw that Truly. It was like the old 70s, 80s style. It was light snapback. And I thought that was cool. But then, of course, I'm holding the camera with one hand and pick the hat up, and the head falls over. And, I need to be a octopus, I guess, so I can do all the things. And I can't get the hat back on. So, yeah, I probably look like a fool, but I don't care. But then while I was doing that, I see this Eiffel Tower toilet paper holder. It's metal. Pretty cool. I thought that, is unique. And so I thought, I'll take it home. Maybe my wife will want it. And if not, I can sell it because You just don't see stuff like that. It's better than those black cheap things you buy at Walmart. So if it goes with your motif, it's definitely cool. Next, I go over to another Goodwill here in Middle Georgia, looking at the toys, looking at board games again, and just anything that sticks out, kind of catches my eye. I saw that wood toy and I thought that might be something, but then I realized it was pretty newer type thing. And looking at plushes, I don't know anything about them, but I'm willing to look. Then I see another new in a package, the indoor cornhole. I'm not sure what you do with that. I guess it's just not heavy duty, but if you want to play cornhole. All right, let's get into what I was able to pick today. Let's start with Danico, new in package. It's a replacement for a Delta shower faucet. It's metal. Paid $3.99 for that. Looked up some comps on that, thinking $40, $35 to $40. That's what I'm hoping on that one. I found this pot and this pot. And I know pots aren't all that sexy and exciting. I paid $3 for each of them, but they're super heavy duty aluminum. And I don't know if you can see in this, this one's kind of hammered. And they're both vintage. I'm trying to make out what this maker's mark is, but I haven't been able to figure it out yet. When I do, I'll have it on the listing. But this one as well, both of them vintage. I think it says cookware, but really nice heavy aluminum bowls. I thought this was really cool. This is one of those emotional purchases I'm not supposed to do, but I still end up doing it. But I think somebody will like this. I paid $2 for it. It's like a mid-century modern geometric shapes on here. I thought that was cool. $2 for that. I found an open box Pampered Chef jar opener for $2. Never installed. I think these go for about $18. At the thrift store I was at, yellow was the half off, so this one was $1. It's just some skeletons. It's new, sealed. I believe these are, well, it says throw pillow covers. I don't know exactly the size, but I guess I'm going to measure like this and double it and double it. They say covers, so I'm imagining there's two, but I could be wrong. For $1, I didn't think I could go wrong. I got new sealed, the usual, never been opened. Paid $5 for it, but the comps on that look to be about $34, $39, so that's not too bad. From Goodwill again, I paid $4 for this. This is a new sealed cornhole, and it looks like it. You can kind of see on the back there. I guess I'm not sure how this actually works, but I guess it's portable, and when you don't need the big boards, you can bring this along. I got this. This is really cool. I have a feeling when my wife sees this, she'll probably want this. This is like an Eiffel Tower toilet holder. It's metal. It's real heavy duty. Paid $5 for it, and I think it definitely would sell, even if without knowing who made it or anything like that. And if it doesn't sell, I'm sure my wife will take it from me. I found this vintage indoor-outdoor thermometer, wind chill meter. It's really cool. It's that old style, and it's vintage, and it's new. It was never installed, never used. it just really cool and that old. I don't know if it's necessarily mid-century modern or more like 70s, but it's really cool. And I figured I didn't look it up because I, my gut tells me that that's going to be worth something, especially at $4. And the last thing, now this might be my garbage pick. It's kind of the gamble. Paid $3 at Goodwill for this. I would have passed right on by this. Uh, it was just in the wrong area of the store, and that's what caught my eye. And I looked at it, and I figured it was there because somebody set it back down. And it's just a tabletop. I haven't taken the plastic off. It looks like it's metal. It's got needs to be cleaned up. But when I looked at the back, I couldn't see the maker because of that hand on the clock. But when I turned it around, I saw the back. I don't know if that's metal or plastic, but what caught my eye and made me kind of attracted to it was it says quartz, but then at the bottom it says West Germany. And I don't know exactly when the wall fell, but I know that was late 80s, very early 90s. I think it was late 80s. I think 88, 87, 88, 89, somewhere in there. So I knew that this is vintage, and I knew too that it's not Chinese, it's not something like that. So I got to do some research on this one, but I'm hoping this one's all right. And for $3, I figured it was worth a shot. So those are the hauls I got for today's. Let me go real quick with what I paid in total. I bought two things that I keep it for myself. I bought a 55-cent phone case and one of those bottle blender things for my son because he always needs them and loses them. So I paid 20 after tax. I paid 20.33 after rounding up and tax at the Goodwill. $7 and $6 at the other Goodwill. So the total is what, 35? Yeah, $35. So stay tuned for the next sourcing pick or video. Out here at the local thrift store for my second picking video of week 3. I'm sorry guys, I found a weather radio before this, but my DA forgot to record that part. I have to remember that I'm supposed to be recording these picking videos. Anyways, I found this Hess truck. I know that these sell well. Here, I figured I'd pay 50 cents a dollar maybe for this. So even if it's $15, $10, thought it was a good buy. So I threw that in my bag. Now I'm looking at these plushes. I really don't know anything about these things, and I just use my old brain to things I recognize. Those are the things I pick up. I'm sure I'm passing over lots of things that are worth more than the things I pick up, but I see this robin looking thing. I check the tag. I guess it's a Teen Titan. And I've heard those could go well. So again, $1, something like that for this. So I threw it in the bag. Next, I'm looking around at some of the housewares, cups, dishes. I try not to mess with dishes because I don't know much about them, and they seem like a lot of work to pack up. I'm sure there's lots of money in those, but at this point, this early in my store, I figured I need to get a little bit more experience before I deal with those. But I find this Tupperware looking thing. It's $3, but it looked old, and I threw that in there, hoping that maybe that'll be worth something. Next, I move over to the electronics, looking for those VCR, DVD recorders everybody talks about, and I see this answering machine. It only caught my eye because it was new and or it looked new in box. When I grabbed it, I confirmed that you could tell it was in there. It was heavy. And then I opened the lid there and I see that it's It is new in box and ready to rock, so I love those. And I threw that in the cart. Now let's go to the wrap up, see what I paid, and everything I found. Here we go with pick 2 of week 3. Got this Midland weather radio. It's in great condition. Tested it, it works. I did pay $3, and if you saw the last video, I found one of these or something similar to it, a Midland weather radio, new in box, and I only paid $1.50 for it. So I paid double for this one out of the box. But I'm thinking that I sold that other one I put it on for 24, sold it for, I took an offer at $20. So I'm thinking if I put this between $12 and $15, even open box, the fact that it works, the utility is there, and I'm hoping somebody will buy that. The next thing I found is a new in box GE digital answering machine. Everything's in there. I think I paid $1.50 for this. I don't even know why people would use these anymore. I guess businesses maybe. But anything new in box catches my eye, and for $1.50, I looked these up. I think they can go for 25 plus, so I'll have to really hone down that number and figure it out. I got this Hess. I paid $1 for this, and or 33 cents. I don't know, something on one of between this and something else I'm about to show you. I paid 33 cents for, but I don't know exactly what. So these guys do sell 15 plus if they're, depending on condition, but it's missing a door. And this is one of those things I've been trying to learn. Take your time, fully inspect something before you grab it. Again, even if I paid $1 for it, it's okay. I think I can put it on for $8, $9 and still sell it. It's in otherwise good condition. So I got this salad mixer. It's old style. I mean, it's vintage, and I paid $3 for it, but it works. Everything's included. It is made in the USA, and these things go $15 to $20, I believe. So I took a chance with that one. Last thing I got, this was what I was talking about with the other one. I don't know if I paid 33 cents for him or the other thing, or I paid $1 for him. But this guy, he's in pretty good shape. He's got a couple of stains. I'll probably try to enlist my wife to get those out, but and get him all dusted off. But he goes for 30 plus from what I saw, unless I looked at the wrong things. But either way, at $1 or 33 cents, I figured he was a good buy. So that's all I got for today's pick of pick 2, week 3. So let's move on to pick 3. Picking video 3 for week 3. Back at a Goodwill, searching around, find these Funko Pops, checking them out. I'm kind of leery on Funko Pops because I know there's only a few that are worth anything, but these were just sitting there, overlooked. But this one caught my eye because my wife loves Schitt's Creek. So when I saw that David Rose one, I threw it in the cart more just to take to her and see if she thought it was funny or cute or whatever. Didn't really do any research on it. Just was going to show it to her, see what she thought. Hadn't found anything else at this point. Got over here, found her looking at some shoes. So I thought I'd look at some shoes as well. And just perusing, seeing what's up. All the overpriced shoes at Goodwill. And nothing really caught my eye that was priced right and or in good condition. So I was putting those back, just chatting with her. Looked behind me and I saw these Georgia Southern baseball hats. And with the seasons coming up, thought they look like they hadn't been worn. They look really good, like they might have just been sitting on a shelf. They were $2.50 a piece. Thought even at $12, $15, they might be worth a shot throwing in there. So that's what I did. Threw them in the cart. Back there was an Ariat belt on that belt rack, but I didn't get that in the video. But I ended up picking that up for $2.50 as well. Now I'm at another Goodwill, trying to find something, anything. of value to flip. I see this Sears vintage radio. That caught my eye. But they wanted $8 for it, and it looked really beat up and dirty. Didn't think it was worth even going any further, so I just put that back down. Looking at these keyboards, my days of IT taught me that keyboard right there, that Microsoft curved. People love those curved ones. I was never a big fan of them, but I know that they were a hot commodity. So when I saw that for $2, I thought it should be worth it, even for $15, $20. This Goodwill, the internet's real shoddy, so I can't look anything up. So I just kind of go on my gut with that one. Looking over at the golf clubs, see some irons up there. One of them looked a little modern. I looked at it, didn't look anything fancy. Just keep looking here. That Technique's dual cassette deck was $50, or I would have took a little longer of a look at that, but at $50, I didn't think that would be worth it. Didn't know what that was. Open it up, think it's some kind of cleaner. Still looking, nothing's popping out to me. I see this Monster. I think that's like for mountain speakers or something. They wanted $5 for it. And again, I can't check on anything in here, so I just skipped it. Now I'm over in the miscellaneous aisle. I see that brass tin. They look cool, but not cool enough to buy. Still looking, hoping something will pop out. I find weird things sometimes on these shelves. I see this mag light, like lens changer. They want $2 for it. It was old, new and sealed, and you know how I like the new sealed stuff, but I was obviously on the fence, put that back down. Then I see this old school Samsonite briefcase, hard shell. They wanted $6 for that. The latches are open, which I'm hoping means that the combination is 000, I guess. But I didn't close them because I didn't want to lock it and then ruin it. And so I have to check that out more at home. But I went ahead and bought that because I thought it should be valuable. And if not, I can role play as a businessman around the house. All right, let's run through pick 3 of week 3. There's a few things on here that didn't get in those picking videos because either I forgot to film myself doing them, or I did the wrong aspect. So they were up and down instead of landscape. Anyways, I'm learning. Bear with me, guys. I got 2 board games. I got this old vintage Balderdash complete in box. Paid $1 for that. Got this Pictionary. It's complete as well. Vintage 84 and 85, I believe. The Balderdash 85. This one's 84, or vice versa. I don't remember. Paid $2.16 for both of those. $1 per board game, and I think respectively 20, 24 for those. I got, you saw this in the picking videos. I got this Georgia Southern hat and another Georgia Southern, both baseball. Both look new. Don't look worn at all. I won't put them as new. I'll put them as excellent condition used. Hoping to get 12 for each of those, 12 plus, something like that. Went ahead and bought that David Rose Funko. I think I did a little quick research on that. I think it can go for $15, something like that. I paid $4 for it, so that's not a big moneymaker right there. But again, something to get some traction for the store. This didn't make it on the video. It was right there with the hats, but I didn't get it on. It's an Ariat belt. Haven't checked the 34. It says 34 length on it, genuine leather. It was $250. And that's a nice belt right there. Don't know what they go for, but got the Microsoft curved. It's a plug-in. It's not wireless. And got that for $2. Hoping to get 15-ish for that. This didn't get on the videos. At that Goodwill, they were celebrating their founder's birthday, anniversary. I don't know. Some kind of day for him or for Goodwill, whatever. And all pants, didn't matter what they were normally listed for, all pants in the store were $1.63. I guess 163 years, or I don't know what. But I found these are like they're called cinch jeans, cinch up or cinch jeans, something like that. But they were really heavy duty, and they looked in great condition. And so I grabbed those more just because of the weight. They just felt like they were good. They were good jeans. So I grabbed them, and $1.63 for those. When I've been out looking, I see these 511 tactical. They look like maybe policemen wear them, security guards, that kind of thing. They're always priced up at the Goodwills. And so I figure they must be worth it. These are kind of smaller, so I don't know. I haven't checked the size on them, but again, they were $1.63, and took a chance because nothing's wrong with them, just a smaller size. But for $1.63, and like I said, they're almost like double the price of all the other pants in a Goodwill. I don't know if that means anything, but I figured I'd take a shot with those. I think this is the last thing. I got that briefcase, and I did do some research on this. I haven't checked on the combo yet, but I did look and see that these vintage hard shell briefcases do sell. I mean, they sell for pretty good money. I mean, depends on the condition. Of course, if you have a key, this one doesn't need a key, but those kind of things change the value. But these do sell, and this one was $6, and I think I can probably get 35 plus for it once I hone down the exact measurements and get it cleaned up. I mean, not measurements, cost, and get it cleaned up. So in total of the third pick, there was 2 different days in here. One day I only got those board games. I didn't find much that day, so I just combined them into this one picking video, but or pick wrap-up video. So I got $2.16 on that one day for those 2 board games, and then I got $7 on one of my Goodwill runs, and I got $12 on the other. So for this day, I got 19 and 2, so $21 for everything I just showed you right there. So not bad. And we'll wrap this all up, and we'll go to the weeks, how we did, what I listed these at, what my thought process is, and why I put them at that price. And then we'll go through what sold and the rest. Let's go over what happened to me this week. So there I am. I've been excited about the store overall for just getting started. A few stumbles here and there, but I've had some sales, and I've been finding things when I've been out there, and so excited about it. Well, 2 weeks ago, I think, I was able to find a vintage looking, it's not vintage, but it looks like a retro bicycle helmet made by Thousand, I believe. And I paid $5 or $6 for it. And it was essentially the last thing. I hadn't listed it the previous week, so I wanted to get it listed. And I'll tell you why I was excited about it. So let me flip it over here. So if you see this brand, Thousand Heritage Bike Helmet, this is pre-owned. Even though mine looks like it's probably new, I'm going to list it as pre-owned just because I'm not sure, and I'd rather err on the side of caution than have a upset buyer, especially this early with the store. So anyways, I was going to put this on as pre-owned, and you can see here with the numbers, even pre-owned, at $6, flipping that to 50, 40, 49, you can see here, even $30 I would take, because I just like, get this stuff going and so forth. So here's mine. I got my helmet on there. I took some, what I think are decent photos of it and explained it and did all that kind of stuff. And, was looking for this because, looking forward to this sale because it would be a good sale for me. And I went and I tried to list it, and boom, I get hit with this. To list cribs, infant car seats, bike helmets, you need to establish your sales history. And that just, for 90 days, you can't sell a bike helmet. I just don't understand. I mean, I could understand if I made the bike helmet myself, maybe they don't trust me to do that. And I understand some of the other restrictions they have on new accounts. Not paying you until there's some time the buyer receives it and they're happy with it. I get all that because I know that eBay doesn't want to have to pay for you being a scamster. That makes complete sense to me. But I don't understand selling a national brand, obviously a very higher quality bicycle helmet, how the newness of my account would have any factor on that. And it kind of sucks because, again, that would have been a nice sale for me. But yeah, they blocked me from it, and I don't really understand. I mean, maybe some of you out there understand, know why they would do something like that. But it sure kind of it was a WTF moment, if you can call it that, for me, because I still don't understand. So anyways, yeah, that's how they blocked me. And so I'll just have to move on, and hopefully, I guess at 90 days, if they'll let me list it, I'll put it on. So let me just show you what I was able to list, the stuff I picked this week for. I got the 511 cargo pants. I paid $1.63 for. I got them on for $19.97. These cinch up jeans, I got them for $29.97. Again, paid $1.63 for those. The Microsoft curved keyboard, got for $18.97. The Funko Pop, David Rose, got that for $11.97. The Georgia Southern, let me tell you something about that hat. That hat has a logo on the back, the GATA. And I guess it's kind of rare or sought after or something like that. And that's a legacy hat, so it's a decent hat. And so you don't see very many of those. And so it kind of pushed up the price of that. And I guess it means get after their asses. I guess the coach, one of their famous coaches, I guess, said that, or that's a famous line he said. And since then, it's been a rallying cry for them. So that one actually surprised me. I was able to kind of boost that up a little bit. The other Georgia Southern, I just got it what I thought, $14.97. The Ariat men's belt, I put for $24.97. Seems like about where they go for. The vintage Pictionary game, the 85, I paid $1 for that. I put that at $18.97. Same with the Boulder Dash, paid $1, put that one at $29.97. This salad mixture, I probably have this one priced a little high, but it's made in the USA. I got it at $18.97. I'm gonna see what it does, and then maybe drop that down a little bit. The Eiffel Tower toilet hole, I can't find anything like it online, so I don't even know what to price it at. I went with $74.97 because it's just heavy duty, it's unique, and the right buyer probably would buy it for that because it is that unique. And so I'll see. I got it at that. If no one gets it, I can always mark it down from there. The Teen Titan, this is, again, one of those things that I need to look a little bit further at when I'm out picking these things up. My wife was able to get all the dirt and stuff off of it, but we noticed that there was somebody stitched it up at home. It's like, so it had a hole and somebody stitched it up. So it's in good condition, but it's a very obvious stitch up after the fact. So I put that at $14.97. I tested the Hess truck. It lights, it sounds, it does all that stuff, but it has no back door. So again, a mistake buying it, but I got that at $14.97. I might drop that down later if there's no interest in it. The Bombay hammered pot, aluminum pot, these are really cool pots. I mean, you make a flower bed or, flower pot with them or something, but they're cool. I got that one at $22.97, and the other one I got at $19.97. And then the clock, I was able to move the hand, and it turns out to be a Coma from West Germany clock. I'm doing it for parts only because it is kind of the brass or whatever. The metal on it does have some issues. And I'm hoping that maybe somebody will just want it maybe for either the glass and the clock itself, or the internal mechanisms of that. So I put that on for $19.97. The thermometer, the vintage thermometer, I was all excited about. It's not worth all that much. I got that at $14.97. So we'll see what happens with that. The GE answering machine, got that for $21.97, new in box. Paid $1.50 for that. The cornhole, new in box, sealed, got that for $13.97. That's not as good of a flip as I was hoping, but I'll make a couple of bucks on it. The You Love Gothic skeletons here, got them for $16.97. Paid $1 for that. Again, that's one of those things that there's nothing out there. So I just threw a dart and put it at $16.97. So we'll see what happens with that. The Pampered Chef under the cabinet, I paid $2 for that. I got it for $9.97. I was thinking that was worth more than it is, but I'm not doing free shipping right now, so I have to adjust. Everybody else has them a little higher, but they're doing free shipping, so I'm not doing that right now because I'm not good at figuring out what shipping is, so I'd rather just do calculated. The Usual game I got for $24.97. That's new, sealed, and so hopefully that will sell as well. And then the Michael Kors was from actually 2 weeks ago. I got that, but I finally got that up. Now let me show you what I was able to sell this week. I sold today, just earlier today, I literally sold the trim kit for the Delta showers. I haven't paid for the shipping because it's that new. So this net cost over here is going to be after shipping. So it's probably going to be more around $10. The Midland radio, it was used, but in working condition, paid $3 for that. Sold it for $11.43. So $8.50 or 43 cents. The Midland weather radio, I don't know if I sold that the week before or this week, but I got 15 on that. I only paid $1.50 for that. The Tama Bahama, I think we paid $5 for these, and I sold it for $25. I took a best offer on that. It was $38. I had it listed for $42, and I took $38. So after everything, I'll make $20 on that. The Appalachian Helen thing, I think we went through that. I paid $0.25, sold it for $6. I know I sold this the very first part of the week. This was that SD lightning cable for your iPhone, and I sold that for $15.39. I paid $2 for that. I know I sold that last week. The Appalachian Trail game sold. That's, again, I paid $1. I thought that was a mistake. I thought it was just junk, but it was complete. It looks like it was never played with. Somebody did buy that, netted $6.06 on that, take the $1 off, $5 for that. So I think everything else I've gone through, but so those were the sales this week. I've got one more week of this little experiment, this new store experiment. If you haven't seen the video, the first video where I kind of go into it, I'll put the link in the description below or pin it in a comment. But real fast, what it is the idea was I was going to take $100 each week for 4 weeks. So the most I could spend was $400, and limited myself to $100 a week. So I wasn't going into my savings or anything. And from there, just roll over any of the money I made, into the store and see if I could grow a store that way. So initial $400 investment, keep rolling into the store until hopefully it becomes successful where you could pull profits or whatever out of it. So at this point, I think I'm at about, my net sales are at $224.90. I think that's probably about what I've spent so far on inventory. So my inventory at this point is at, what do I got? I got 71 items in the store. So I still got quite a few things out there. I don't know how much I could be just listing junk and not, none of this sales, but anyways, I still got 71 things out there. I've broken even with my nets. And so I've got 1 week left to go. So another week if we go with like $225 that I've put into the store, which I'm saying is roughly, my math is bad as you've seen in my videos. But just a general idea, that would technically mean I could spend $170 next week. I probably won't do that. But as far as this experiment or this starting of the store is going, I have $170 before I have to limit that. And then, cap that off. And then anything else I put into the store has to come from sales and going forward. So I think it's looking pretty good so far. And hopefully if I have a good week this week coming up, we can continue that success. And as far as getting blocked from, eBay, I don't know what else they block you from selling. I learn as I go and as I list. So if there's anything else I need to know of before I buy, please put those in the comment and let me know. And so I can at least know before I do it or skip it when I'm out picking. Thank you guys for coming. If you haven't already subscribe, like, hype, all that crap. And then again, thank you, and I'll see you next week.